Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estamos, CABE 2017 familia? How are we doing, CABE 2017 familia? Okay, we gotta redo that English part again. How are we doing, CABE 2017 family? Now that's the spirit. You know, it's really exciting to see how many of us colleagues are talking to each other, networking, inspiring each other. I see parents networking with teachers, with superintendents, and that's just inspirational because we need to recharge ourselves so we can go back and serve our students, our future leaders. So I'm excited to see you enjoying yourself. Are we having an amazing conference? Sí o no? Good. Well, you know what? I'm excited that we're going to continue to have an amazing time. So if I can have your attention, I would like to get us started today with the celebration that we have for all of our colleagues who have done tremendous work. So today, we are going to be here to honor our educator colleagues, our parent colleagues who have demonstrated tremendous passion. How many of us believe that? Yes. Come on, let's give them a round of applause. They've done amazing work around the state. They have shown not only the passion, but the commitment and the excellence in supporting over 33% of California's student population who are our English learner students. Un fuerte aplauso, because that serves a lot. Each of them is a leader in their field, not only talking the talk, but they are walking the walk. By promoting and taking action in supporting the biliteracy for all students. We have a lot to celebrate. ¿Sí? ¿Tenemos que celebrar mucho hoy? We have a lot to celebrate. So, let's get started. ¿Comenzamos con la fiesta? Good. So, I'm going to share a little bit about me. I come from San Bernardino County. San Bernardino County in the house? Yeah. Orange County in the house? LA County in the house? All right. Now let me share a little bit about me. When I share with my educator colleagues, and when I mean educators, I mean all educators, I know that setting the expectations for what we want to see is important. So today, can we all make a commitment that we're going to give our full attention to our colleagues who will be recognized up here? They deserve our full attention as we celebrate the work they have done. So we have a little thing going on with the lights. We're going to get a little romantic and dim them a little bit just so we know that our attention has to be here on stage. If you agree and you commit yourself to that, would you please raise your glass? So let's raise our glass. And let's say a little salud por CABE 2017. Well, buen provecho, and as we quietly and as quietly as possible begin the celebration, I would like to wish you buen provecho. So let's begin our celebration. Muchas gracias.
Now let's welcome Honorary Chair of CABE 2017, Superintendent of the Palmdale School District, and the CABE Director of Financial Affairs, Raúl Maldonado.
Hola. On behalf of the Palmdale School District and the CABE Board of Directors, I, as a CABE Director, would like to welcome all of you to the CABE 2017 conference. Are you guys having a great time? Enjoy your food. Can you believe this is the 42nd annual CABE conference? It's incredible. You know, the first time I came to CABE, I didn't need to use my glasses. Sorry, I'm getting old, viejito, ¿verdad? Híjole, what an honor to stand up here and represent 20,000 students from the Palmdale School District. Approximately 26 schools and approximately 6,000 English learner students. And I have to tell you that we have one of the highest rates of reclassified students, and so we're really proud of the work that happens in Palmdale. That's right. Palmdale is here today to work together with all of you, to learn from you, share ideas, and work towards finding ways to reach all students, not only English learners, African American, but all students. In Palmdale, we believe that all students can succeed, right, team? You got it. Our strategic plan, called the Palmdale Promise, and if you pay attention to the centerpieces, you'll see our logo, the Palmdale Promise. I want to thank our decorators for spending a lot of hours decorating the centerpieces. Can we get a big applause for them? Because they spend a lot of time planning it. In our school district, we value high intellectual achievement, which we want all the students to stay at grade level, to be ready for 21st century. How about equity for all? Do we believe in equity for all, folks? Absolutely. We also believe that we will build strength in our cultures, our languages, and our common experiences. So in our school district, we include everybody. Multilingualism, multicultural, that's what we believe. And we also believe that integrity in the community is important. Do we have parents in the house? ¿Hay padres de familia? ¿Sí? Finally, I would like to give a shout out to all the outstanding educators, administrators, parents, and students from the Palmdale School District. And you saw our music program up here. We value our fine arts, our STEM program, our STEAM program. So as we say back in Palmdale, Palmdale leads. Correct, folks? Together in Palmdale, we're connecting our community through languages, culture, and stories. Bienvenidos a todos. Mis padres son del estado de Jalisco. ¿Hay gente de Jalisco aquí? Gracias. Bienvenidos.
And now, please welcome to the stage Maria Teresa Petras, the Education Advisor, Consulate General of Spain in Los Angeles.
Buenas tardes. En nombre del Ministerio de Educación del Gobierno de España, representado por la Consejería de Educación en la Embajada de España en Washington, les damos las gracias. Sobre todo queremos agradecer a Carlin Aguilera Ford, agradecer a Jan Gustafsson Correa y a todo el equipo de CABE. You are very near and dear to our heart, and to all the people present here. El lema de CABE, Connecting Communities through our languages, cultures, and stories, parece ser también nuestro lema, nuestra misión, nuestro objetivo. Nosotros, throughout the academic year at the Education Office, we keep striving to offer the most enriching and successful experiences. And now, we would like to share some examples with you. Just very, very short. Our Visiting Teachers program, for example, which has been carried out for now, this year, 30 years. We will have a presentation today that allows teachers from Spain to offer their services in primary and secondary schools in the US and Canada. Our North American Language and Cultural Assistance program that gives the opportunity to young graduates to experience a real and full cultural experience, exchanging working at primary and secondary schools in Spain. The opportunity to know our culture and our language throughout a real-life experience is available until April 18th. Y como les hemos dicho, estos son solo unas muestras de nuestros programas. Les invitamos a visitar nuestro booth, el 529, para que les podamos dar más información y sobre todo, si quieren, el que estén presentes en nuestra presentación esta tarde a las 4:15 sobre profesores visitantes y mañana todo el día en el seminario de ISAS. Agradecemos de nuevo el poder estar aquí, es un honor para nosotros, a la vez que un placer compartir con ustedes este prestigioso evento de CABE. Muchas gracias.
At this time, we would like for Mario Cuevas, Cónsul Titular de Santa Ana, to join us on the stage, representing another of our international partnerships. Please welcome Mario Cuevas.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes a todas. ¿Cómo están? ¿Qué tal, familia CABE? Es un placer estar aquí y formar parte de la gran familia CABE. Son 40 y tantos años, 42. Esta edición 2017 es todo un éxito. We're so proud to be part of this big celebration of CABE. Another successful, and it's a great experience of success, stories of success. We shared this with our children, parents, and teachers, and I'm so proud and glad to be here, and the families growing on this side of the border and on the other side of the border, south of the border on Mexico. I'm an English learner, so I'm going to switch into Spanish. Muchísimas gracias por ser parte de este gran evento y muchos de ustedes por muchos años. Es un privilegio enorme para el Gobierno de México, el Consulado de México en Santa Ana, pero además todos los demás consulados, la red consular de México en Estados Unidos se une. En California son nada más 10 de los 50 que tenemos nosotros en Estados Unidos. Y es un gran placer unir esfuerzos, recursos, en beneficio de nuestros estudiantes. Ha crecido mucho esto y nos sentimos muy honrados. Queremos continuar con esto. Además, hay instituciones y en esta ocasión, 2017, la Delegación de México vino muy nutrida con el Instituto Nacional de Educación para Adultos, la Comisión Nacional de Libros de Textos Gratuitos, grandes socios de México en la educación pública, e instituciones como el Tecnológico de Monterrey, nuestra Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, la Universidad de Guadalajara, la Universidad Abierta a Distancia, y tenemos un gran stand ahí en el área. Visítenlo porque queremos también ser parte de este gran esfuerzo. Nos complace muchísimo y les deseamos todavía más éxito en los años que vengan y en todo el plan que se han trazado. Esto no acaba aquí, no está en el programa, y quiero modestamente hacer un reconocimiento a los organizadores, a Jan y a Carlina, invitarlos a que pasen para presentarles un reconocimiento muy sentido y profundo por parte de México. Era una sorpresita, no se lo imaginaban. Si me permite leerlo para compartirlo con ustedes, dice así: el Consulado de México en el Condado de Orange otorga el presente reconocimiento a la Asociación de California para la Educación Bilingüe por la celebración de la 42ª edición de su conferencia anual. Muchas gracias y ya ven, sí se puede. Gracias.
Muchísimas gracias y como ya lo hemos dicho, CABE y México en hermandad, así que viva México y que viva CABE. Gracias.
Every year, CABE awards a $2,500 scholarship to the teacher educator candidates who are studying to become bilingual teachers. We need more bilingual teachers. Today, we are elated to honor 4 bilingual teacher candidates. Let's welcome the CABE board people who are going to introduce these and award these. Karen Cadiero-Kaplan and Marissa Lazo Necco.
Good afternoon. I hope you're all enjoying your lunch. I am so proud as a CABE board member and as a faculty at San Diego State University to be presenting the Alma Flor Teachership Award to Maribel Pérez from CABE Region 4. Maribel is pursuing a single-subject bilingual teaching credential at CSU San Marcos. She was born in Querétaro, Mexico, and came to the United States at the age of 17. When a high school counselor in her new country told her, "You cannot go to college because you cannot speak English," she was determined to maintain her academic Spanish skills while learning English. Now she wants to become a bilingual teacher to show students they are valued, intelligent, and bring with them a wealth of assets. As a teacher candidate in the bilingual authorization program at CSU San Marcos, Maribel has taken the lead in working collaboratively with teacher candidates from the Universidad Autónoma de Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico. Through the program, Maribel was able to participate in the Global Learning Networks project, Knowing Our Students, Knowing Ourselves, communicating with future teachers from Mexico on transnational issues pertaining to immigrant students and children. Maribel shares bilingual students have rich backgrounds and bring valuable funds of knowledge. This is the population I want to work with as a bilingual teacher. I'd like you to join me in congratulating Maribel Pérez on her accomplishments and on receiving the Alma Flor Teachership Award. Okay, we have another young woman here. Is the Isabel Campoy Award is being granted to Ruth Torres. She's from CABE Region 1. Ruth is from a poor family of 13 children. She came to California from Mexico as a teenager, where she encountered the difficult challenge of having to learn a new language. Despite many obstacles, she has not only mastered English language, but she now teaches it. Escuela Popular is a unique community-based charter school that serves primarily immigrant families. Ruth attended Escuela Popular as a student and now works as one of their ELD instructors. Her colleagues say she has a wonderful rapport with staff and students, works independently with a positive attitude, and is always enthusiastic about new initiatives. Ruth believes that being bilingual gives students a stronger and louder voice in their public and private lives. As a bilingual teacher, one of her goals is to create and support a community of people who are able to explore, take risks, and speak up for themselves. She believes that bilingualism is a special gift that allows anyone to become a more valuable and empowered member of society while gaining a better sense of themselves and the communities they live in. I'd like you all to just take a moment. I know you're eating and enjoying, but we want to congratulate also Ruth Torres on her accomplishments and on receiving the Isabel Campoy Teachership Award. Congratulations to both of you. I did. Okay. But I didn't introduce you.
Oh, okay, great.
So
Go for it.
this it's not on the script. Okay. To share the award today, I would like to bring forward Suni Paz is going, because Isabel Campanoy and Alma Flor could not be here. So she is going to share and congratulating our two young awardees with their plaques. Thank you, Suni.
Yeah. In the name of Alma Florada, I want to give this Teachership Award to Maribel Pérez from Region 4 for her incredible qualifications. Please, big applause to Maribel Pérez. She's very proud of her. And in the name of Isabel Campoy, I want to give to Ruth Torres from Region 4 also, the Teachership Award. And this is Alma Flor, Ada, and Isabel Campoy are very proud of their accomplishments. Big applause to them for everything they did. Bravo. Un gran aplauso para las dos que han hecho cosas tan magníficas. Sus trabajos han sido maravillosos. Alma Flor, Ada e Isabel Campoy están muy orgullosas de sus premios.
Thank you.
Y seguimos con la fiesta. We will now continue with the celebration and recognitions. And it is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Carlos Pinochet Award to Alfonso Mendoza from California State University, Channel Islands. As the highly proficient bilingual and bicultural son of Mexican immigrants, Alfonso was able to help family and friends navigate through governmental agency bureaucracies. He worked as a translator and interpreter for various research studies, including longitudinal studies of Alzheimer's in elder Latino populations. That was amazing. Soon after completing his undergraduate degree, Alfonso volunteered as a high school teacher in all-boys high school located in the Lower East Side of New York City. Many of his students came from Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic, immigrant communities, and even with very little teaching experience, he was able to connect and establish good rapport with them using their shared language. From this challenging experience, he developed a passion for teaching and is currently pursuing a multiple subject bilingual teaching credential at California State University, Channel Islands. With the recent passage of Proposition 58, his hope is that the new immersion programs will be developed, providing students a safe, nurturing environment where all kids can learn with their cultural diversity and backgrounds respected and acknowledged. CABE congratulates Alfonso Mendoza on his accomplishment and on receiving the Carlos Pinochet Teachership Award. Un fuerte aplauso. I have another celebration, another recognition to do. Our final award, the Chuck Acosta Award, goes to Joanna Baires Amaya, a bilingual teacher candidate at UC Irvine. At 10 years of age, Joanna and her very large family immigrated to the US from El Salvador. I am so excited. I'm from El Salvador as well, so that touched my heart. Joanna's commitment to becoming a bilingual teacher comes from her very own educational experience. While an undergraduate research, she administered protocols in English and Spanish to participating students at Head Start programs in the Orange County. This experience fueled her passion for becoming a bilingual teacher and made her determined to excel as a candidate for a multiple subjects bilingual teaching credential at UC Irvine. Joanna believes that bilingual education is essential to preparing our students for today's life, style, job market, and to create cultural awareness among students. She knows that professional employment opportunity looks multifaceted, and they look for multifaceted individuals as well who are versed in more than one language. Joanna's goal is to ensure that her students are prepared to meet these criteria and to reach the goals that they can reach. CABE congratulates Joanna, Baires, Amaya on her accomplishment and on receiving the Charles Chuck Acosta Teaching Award. Un fuerte aplauso a Joanna.
The CABE 2017 Administrator of the Year Award is presented by our Director of Community Affairs, Barbara Flores. Welcome, Barbara.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Barbara Flores, and I have the honor of presenting Michael Matsuda, the Administrator of the Year Award. Michael Matsuda has served as the Superintendent of Anaheim Union High School District since 2014. Is Anaheim Union in the house? All right. Prior to holding his position, he served as the Anaheim Union High School Teacher Support and Professional Development Coordinator for 8 years. During his tenure, he oversaw professional development initiatives for over 1,300 teachers and over 700 teacher volunteers. In addition to his professional education endeavors, Mr. Matsuda has been active in his community. He is the founding member of the Orange County Asian and Pacific Islander Community Alliance that serves Asian and Pacific Islander communities in the areas of education, health, housing, policy, and economic development. OCA-PICA has grown to be the largest Asian Pacific Islander community organization in Orange County today. Where's Orange County? He is also a member of the Los Amigos of Orange County, the largest Latino advocacy organization in Orange County, and co-founded the UC Irvine Vietnamese American Coalition Mentorship Program, mentoring high school pupils. Believing the best way of affirming one's history and identity is through civic engagement, community service, and group projects, he has led an Anaheim Human Heights initiative where teachers are trained in inquiry-based action research, culminating in having students take action through TED Talk presentations, board presentations, and letter writing campaigns to elected officials and stakeholders. Under his leadership, Anaheim Union High School District promoted and awarded the Seal of Biliteracy even before it was adopted by the state of California. How many of you give seals of biliteracy? A ver. Great. Michael is an active member of the North Orange County CABE chapter. He has served as president of Californians Together, a coalition of English learner advocate groups, including CABE, 26 total. His most recent involvement was to organize efforts to pass Proposition 58, the Learn Initiative. He's also supported the involvement of Anaheim Union High School students, teachers, and parents in CABE conferences as both participants and presenters. Michael leads with a sense of passion, commitment, advocacy that is making a true difference in his school district. CABE is extremely proud to recognize Michael Matsuda as the CABE 2017 Administrator of the Year. Please, let's welcome Mr. Michael Matsuda. Thank you. This is not in the script, but this is a champion of children, and he truly deserves this award. Let's all give him another applause.
Thank you. Wow, thank you so much. I'd like to start by acknowledging our student ambassadors over here that have been volunteering and serving our CABE community. They represent our 30,000 students in Anaheim Union High School District. I'd also like to thank Jan and the CABE board, as well as all my other friends, and especially Brian O'Neill, who's here representing our board. I'd like to also thank my family, Susie and Ethan and Jackie. I love you guys so much. And the entire AUHSD family, thank you so much. So real quickly, I do want to share why this is so important. CABE and the spirit of CABE is so important, what we stand for in Anaheim Union High School District. There is a world-famous psychologist by the name of Dan Siegel, who's an expert on mindfulness. And he shares an experience he had in Africa. He went to visit the Bushmen in Africa, because if you take all the DNA from all the peoples of the world, you can trace it back to these Bushmen in Africa. And he said there's got to be some wisdom there. And he went back and he spent a few months in Africa with these Bushmen, and to a rigid, fixed mindset, Western maybe mindset, we might think that they are very primitive, that there's a lot of suffering because there's a lot of drought and famine, but yet there's something joyful, there's something interconnected about these people. And he said, he asked the chief through a translator, "Are your people happy, and why?" And the chief looked at him and he said, he smiled and he said, "Yes, we are happy because we belong." And then he looked at Dan Siegel and he said, "Are your people happy? Do you belong?" And Dan Siegel knew the answer, as many of us do, as we struggle in this world where there's so much divisiveness. So I am reminded of what the chief said and what our purpose is, not only at AUHSD, but with CABE. It is about building a culture and a community of belonging for our students, our families, and our community. Thank you so much.
May I have your attention? May I have your attention, please? Also, on behalf of the Mexican Consulate of Santa Ana, Consul General Mario Cuevas also would like to give Michael Matsuda also a special award. So thank you very much. And there is an additional award. I'd like to invite Jesus Cervantes on behalf of Benchmark to come forward with also a special gift to Superintendent Matsuda.
Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to say on behalf of Benchmark Education that we would like to provide an additional award of professional development for Mr. Masura's district to any school he chooses to do this with, and we will work with him on making sure we reinforce all the incredible ideals and goals of his district. So thank you.
Friends, may I have your attention, please? Que viva CABE! Que viva CABE! Muy bien. Friends, we have 3 more very special awards to give. And as you're enjoying your dessert and your final part of your meal, could I ask you to check with your neighbors and bring your conversations down just a little bit? Thank you very much. So we're going to continue. We have 3 more wonderful awards to give. Let's give Superintendent Mike Matsuda one more huge round of applause. CABE Administrator of the Year. Thank you so much.
Arriba. You know, this is a blessing and an honor for me, not just because the Parent of the Year that we're about to celebrate is from my San Bernardino amazing county, San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools, but here is why, and you will celebrate with me why. Today is really an honor to present the CABE 2017 Parent of the Year Award to Patricia Luna. Trajo porra. Patricia has over 14 years of experience as a volunteer and leader of her community. She has held leadership positions on various committees, including a school site council, English language advisory committees, district English language advisory committees, action team for partnerships in the Ontario Montclair School District and Chaffey Joint Union High School Districts. Mrs. Luna is currently serving her 2nd year as president of the Binational Parent Leadership Institute. And they just had their 2nd Parent Leadership Institute conference for all parents in the county. In these roles, she has collaborated with administrators, teachers, students, parents, and nonprofit organizations to advocate for better student services. Ms. Luna has received training related to parent involvement and student success from many organizations, including the California Association for Bilingual Education, CABE, Project to Inspire. Let's give it a shout out to Project to Inspire. After taking 2 years of ESL classes at the Chaffey Union High School District Adult School, she is currently preparing to take the GED exam with hopes of enrolling in college to obtain a bachelor's degree. Let's give a round of applause. She is leading by example for her children and family. Ms. Luna lives in Upland, California with her husband Eduardo and 2 children, Edis, a student at St. John's University in New York, and Livan, a student at Cal State University, San Bernardino. Patricia Luna is truly an advocate for education and for supporting effective connections between schools, families, and our communities. CABE is very proud to recognize, celebrate, and acknowledge these amazing leadership efforts that Patricia Luna has done for many years. So she's receiving the CABE 2017 Parent of the Year Award.
Buenas tardes. ¿Cómo están? Quiero darle muchas gracias a Dios primeramente por permitirme este privilegio. Y muchas gracias a mi familia, a mi amado esposo que siempre ha sido mi brazo derecho, mi brazo izquierdo, mi cómplice, mi compañero, mi amigo. Gracias, amor, porque sin ti yo no podría hacer esto. Gracias a mi hijo, a mi amado hijo que amo con todo el corazón, y a mi hija que no está aquí, pero está estudiando, a punto de cumplir su sueño. Un semestre más y nos graduamos de la universidad. Quiero darle muchas gracias a mi superintendente, Ted Alejandro, por la oportunidad. Thank you, Mr. Ted Alejandro, for the opportunity to serve with you and the county. Thank you so much for everything. I wanted to thank my school district, Chaffey High School District, which is over there. Thank you so much for everything, for allowing me to collaborate with you, with my coordinator, English coordinator, Mrs. Segovia, Mr. Lugo, collaborating in DLEC, and all of the staff from Chaffey High School that without them, I won't be here. Mrs. Cristina Martinez, Dr. Matamala, the principal of Chaffey High School, and of course to CABE for believing and for having me here to be honored. And I have no words to express my gratitude. And Marissa, my teacher, my mentor, my inspiration. Without you, Marissa, you know, she knows me 14 years ago. She knew how I was. Thank you so much. And I can say this is volunteering without borders, beyond walls. It doesn't matter if they build a wall. You always can serve your country. You always can serve your community. You always engage with your student educations. And I'm engaged with my daughter, my son, but not only them, their friends, the kids from my school, from my community, from my school district, from my county, for this country, and from Mexico. Thank you to the Mexican Consulate for allowing me to collaborate. Thank you, Olivia. Thank you, Maribel, Olivia Valencia, Maria Valencia, Tony, Maria Villa. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you.
The CABE 2017 Para-Educator of the Year Award is presented by CABE Director of Paraprofessional Affairs, Rosa Armstrong.
Buenas tardes. Voy a hacer lo mismo que hizo Jan. My name is Rosa Armstrong. I am the Director of Paraprofessional Affairs for CABE. I am with CABE 11 years, and I cannot be more proud to be part of this organization. And I also represent, I'm sorry, I'm gonna hurt feelings, but the best district in California, Palmdale School District. Thank you. It is my honor to present the CABE Para-Educator of the Year to Daniela, and forgive me, my accent, Langlotz-Heinze. Daniela arrived in California from her native Argentina at the age of 9. Because of her strong academic background, she was placed in the 4th grade, where she excelled in academics and English. Daniela uses her 2 languages on a daily basis as the community liaison at Dos Caminos Dual Immersion School. where her daughter is a student. In her role as the community liaison, Mrs. Langlotz-Heinze helps parents to navigate the education system and is always available to assist them with personal matters. Many parents joke that her office is more of a therapy room. Being able to communicate with parents in their language offers comfort as they share personal stories and struggles, and in turn, builds trust in the school staff as they address their concerns. An example of Daniela's commitment to her role was shared by a parent. Realizing that many parents and others were unable to attend the annual holiday program, Daniela took it upon herself to stream the event live on the school's private Facebook page. Because of this, a father who was serving our country overseas, an aunt in New York who had never seen her niece perform, and parents who couldn't take a day off from work were able to see their students perform with pride. Daniela's commitment to the students and families she serves is undeniable, as she values the languages, cultures, and experiences they represent. Ooh, I wanna cry. CABE is proud to award Daniela Langlotz-Heinze the CABE 2017 Paraeducator of the Year.
Well, I hope my mascara is waterproof. I would like to thank CABE, first of all, for all the hard work putting these conferences together and just this amazing award. It still kind of blows my mind. I would like to thank our Chapter 58 and Region 5, and especially our district board for always allowing us to come to these conferences. About 3 years ago, I went to my daughter's principal's office and I said, hey, you know, I know that we're growing, we're adding a grade level per year, and I said, can you just find me this little clerical, job, and I just want to input numbers into a computer and just work the same schedule as my kids. And here, 6 months later, she throws me into the den with these parents, and they're like, here you go, like, this is your family, figure it out. And it's something, she saw something in me when I walked into that office, and something that I didn't even know that I had. And it's been a crazy journey. That day in her office, I never would have dreamed that I would be up here. I owe my growth to her. She went from being my child's principal to my boss to my mentor, and above all, my friend. And I couldn't have done it without you. I also couldn't have come this far without the support of my family, my parents, my husband, who, I said, hey, I'm gonna quit my 40-hour a week job and go work 5 hours a day. And he's like, okay. To my two daughters, who have yet to complain that I work at their site and I see everything that they do. I love you. And last but not least, to the Dos Caminos community, the amazing staff, to those parents that have given me so much more than I could ever give them. My growth is thanks to them. Thank you.
The CABE 2017 Teacher of the Year Award is presented by the CABE Board Region 5 representative, Anna Donovan.
Buenas tardes y bienvenidos a todos. Espero que todos estén disfrutando de todos los talleres de CABE. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I hope that you are all enjoying all the wonderful workshops that CABE is offering this year. I'm going to begin this afternoon talking about a person that I just met, but I feel very connected, and this is really funny. You guys will see. We are both wearing the same dress and the same shape as the necklace, so this is kind of funny. Anyways, let me begin by telling you a little bit about Nancy Alatorre. Nancy Alatorre is the Spanish teacher of the dual immersion 5th grade team at Los Amigos Dual Immersion School in Palmdale. And yes, once again, Palmdale. Let's hear it for Palmdale, everyone. We always wonder what's in the water or what is in the district's water. Again, let me tell you about Nancy. Nancy has a passion for social justice, and she has a passion for bilingual education, as she sees it provide the opportunity to educate and prepare her students to become leaders in today's global society, building on the skills that they bring, including the home language and their culture. She believes that her goal as an educator is to prepare her students for the challenges they may face on their journey to a higher education. Nancy arrived in the U.S. as an undocumented child with a promise of a brighter future. She remembers her childhood with feelings of being invisible, incapable, and lonely. She had left a home full of life in Mexico and came to a house where she left for school each morning by herself and returned to an empty house every afternoon due to her mother's work schedule, just like many of our students do. Nancy views her life experiences as a minority and as an English learner as those aspects that prepare her to become the teacher that she is today. She sees it as her duty and goal in life to teach and empower all of her students to come to the realization early in their lives that 2 languages are truly better than 1, and to remind them that they don't have to leave their home language and culture behind to succeed. They have the right to dream big and to be proud of who they are and where they come from. CABE is proud to recognize Nancy V. Alatorre as the CABE 2017 Teacher of the Year. Let's congratulate both. Let's congratulate both Daniela and Nancy for being 2 outstanding educators from an outstanding school district, Palmdale School District.
Before we ask Nancy to come forward to give a few comments, we'd also like to ask and invite forward our educational attaché from the Spanish Embassy, Maria Jose Fabre, to come and also share an award with Nancy. Por favor. Gracias.
Hello, buenas tardes. Thank you all. It is such a pleasure to be here, sharing with all of you in this beautiful encounter. Not only because it represents a close bonding between so many different languages and their related cultures, but because it also means a continuous expansion of these languages through teaching, which means more and more people are interested in broadening their knowledge and horizons. When people get to learn other languages and get to know other cultures, the mind barriers are eventually overcome, which leads into a better understanding of the different customs and mindsets, and thus, this demonstrates a full respect from diverse cultural and linguistic backgrounds. In our case, as representatives of the Spanish language, we are proud of the fact that more and more people are starting learning Spanish and get interested in our culture. For that reason, we want to play our role and contribute to this increasing in as many ways as possible. None of our objectives would be achieved without the great effort of many people who are working alongside it. For that reason, today we want to specially mention someone who represents CABE's mission, as well as ours. Someone who has advocated for educational equity and excellence for bilingual students in a global society. An example of our work and dedication towards the teaching of the Spanish language. For all these reasons, we are here to award her the Teacher of the Year award. This award comprised 3 weeks in a Spanish university appointed by the Education Office. La educación es el mejor regalo que podemos dar. Y además, formar a un formador es todavía muchísimo mejor porque en poco tiempo todo lo que aprenda quedará reflejado en sus estudiantes. Así que, congratulations, Nancy. Felicidades y esperamos que puedas disfrutar de estas 3 semanas en una universidad española y que en poco tiempo revierta en tus estudiantes. Enhorabuena.
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. I am truly humbled to stand before here today, accepting such a great recognition. I would like to thank the Palmdale School District because they truly are a family. I would also like to thank my current and past colleagues and administrators for always offering their support and allowing me to learn from them each and every day. Especially my partner teacher, personal cheerleader and friend, Crystal, who gets me through the tough times. But my journey began much earlier than that, and for that, I would like to thank my family, especially my mom, my aunts, and my husband. They have been very important to me. I would like to thank my mom for having the strength and courage of venturing into this country in search of a brighter future for us. My husband, who made countless sacrifices in order to help me through college. Thank you. All of them, through example, hard work, and sacrifice, have taught me to value my profession and give the best of me all the time. Finally, I would like to thank CABE for being that beacon of light for bilingual educators, for reminding us year after year where bilingual education began and how far it has gone. Because unlike many of us, my children today are now able to attend school where their primary language and culture are welcomed, embraced, and valued, and they can be proud of that. Unfortunately, we currently face times of uncertainty that threaten that progress, but let us not forget that all children deserve to be treated with dignity and respect, regardless of who they are and where they came from. Thank you. A very special thank you to Region 5, Chapter 58 for all their wonderful work. Thank you. Gracias.
Well, you can imagine as the superintendent how I feel right now. Como un pavo real, ¿verdad? This amazing team of Palmdale educators, classified staff, leaders in the community, school board is just on fire. I want to thank you guys for all the work that you do back at the house. And as we always say in Palmdale, want to hear it? Leads, right? You guys are fantastic. I want to thank CABE for the recognition of these wonderful educators, paraprofessionals, and we are just so happy for the accomplishment. And party time at 5, you guys, right? A las 5. It's been a tradition now in our school district that we have our own separate party, Jan. So you're invited to come, and Carlene, you can party with us, okay? Gracias a todos. Felicidades a los dos, Daniela y Nancy. Felicidades a las dos.